Most Americans would be surprised to know that by far the most common foodborne illness in the United States is norovirus. In the case of norovirus, we know a tiny amount of this virus can make us sick. So if you're producing or shedding a lot of the virus, people around you are very vulnerable. And that's why norovirus outbreaks often spread like wildfire in nursing homes, in hospitals, on cruise ships. That's why a lot of outbreaks arise from buffet settings, where lots of people are sharing the same foods or implements. It's very easy to pass the virus from person to person. There's no real remedy. There's no vaccine for it. And if you've gotten sick from norovirus, unfortunately, you don't even get immunity. It's fast acting. Within 24 hours, you'll be sick as a dog. It'll knock you flat. Happily, most people will recover completely. Unfortunately, some people, especially elderly people or people with underlying medical conditions, can be seriously injured by norovirus. Norovirus does kill Americans, especially older Americans. Norovirus is notorious for being the vomiting disease. Typically involves intense projectile vomiting that occurs over 24 hours or more. May also be accompanied by diarrhea. I think the biggest risk with norovirus is dehydration. That's what lands a lot of people in hospital ERs with this bug. They need to get fluids back in their body just to feel half alive. Fortunately, those symptoms typically pass within a few days. There are a few foods, such as raw shellfish, oysters, that have been associated consistently with norovirus outbreaks. The shellfish are vulnerable to contaminated water, and that's usually in the form of sewage outflow. The shellfish will take up the virus, doesn't affect them. You can't tell by looking at it or tasting it. I think most people with norovirus probably do not end up seeking medical attention and are not counted in the vast numbers, which are in the millions of Americans who get norovirus every year.